The Su-35S Generation 4 Plus ultra-maneuverable aircraft, which is the pinnacle of the Su-27 family evolution, can now successfully counter the most advanced fighters of the probable enemy, created using stealth technologies, both in close and long-range air combat. Its high-precision homing missiles can effectively fight ground and surface targets. The multifunctional Su-35S is the most modern modification of the legendary Su-27 fighter, the symbol of Russian military aviation in the second half of the 20th century. It is a deep modernization of the 27th, which in terms of its characteristics, with the exception of stealth, corresponds to the fifth-generation fighters. In terms of its capabilities, the Su-35S surpasses most modern fighters in both close and long-range combat. The latest digital systems allow the Su-35S group to interact effectively in the air and solve the most complex joint tasks. The Su-35S has no restrictions on angles of attack and is super maneuverable with high controllability. These characteristics, as well as the ability to use long-range air-to-air missiles, significantly increase the aircraft's combat potential. Externally, the Su-35S is virtually indistinguishable from the Su-27, but significant changes have been made to the airframe. Its structure has been strengthened to increase the maximum takeoff weight and service life of the aircraft. It also made it possible to carry more fuel on board. The record range of more than 3,500 kilometers was achieved by placing fuel tanks in the fuselage and wing consoles of the airplane. Sponge-shaped polyurethane foam is used to prevent kerosene from moving inside the tanks during flight under the influence of overloads. One of the key innovations of the 35th compared to the previous machines of the family is a more powerful engine with increased thrust, a modification of one of the world's best engines for frontline aviation. It is this power plant that allows the Su-35S to develop supersonic speed without using afterburner mode, which is one of the requirements for the fifth generation of fighters. The airplane has a maximum ground speed of 1,400 kilometers per hour. The steerable engine nozzle makes it possible to fly in unique modes, such as short takeoffs from damaged runways. In the sky, the Su-35S is capable of performing figures seemingly contradicting the laws of physics. For example, only the Su-35S can do a dead loop with a minimum radius, practically turning on the spot. And this is not just a beautiful drawing in the sky, but a maneuver that gives unique advantages in combat. The most important difference between the Su-35S and its sister generation 4 Plus fighters of the Su-30 and Su-33 families is the availability of fifth-generation avionics on board. The Su-35S is equipped with the Urbis radar control system for detecting, tracking, and measuring the coordinates of air, ground, and surface targets day and night. Urbis is equipped with a passive phased antenna array with an electronic beam control system. It can simultaneously detect and track up to 30 air targets and fire at up to 8 air targets simultaneously. The phased array locator can detect targets in the air at a distance of up to 350 kilometers and see even such complex targets as a helicopter hovering in the air. The Su-35S's highly effective electronic warfare system includes an active jamming station for group and individual mutual defense, anti-radar missile guidance equipment, radar and laser irradiation, and missile attack warning systems, as well as a decoy ejection machine. There are no analog instruments in the Su-35S cockpit. All information is provided to the pilot on LCD indicators. In case of failure of one indicator, the system duplicates it to the neighboring one. Also, in case of failure, the entire electronic control system is duplicated. New controls have been created specially for the Su-35S, the main functions of which are concentrated in 2 levers. For the first time in fighter aviation, the Su-35S utilizes the lead-slave scheme. When the group commander has full information about the other aircraft, the amount of fuel, weapons, etc. The Su-35S fists are highly effective guided air-to-air and long-range air-to-surface weapons, unguided munitions, and a 30mm air cannon. The maximum combat load weight is 8 tons on 12 suspension units. Production of the Su-35S fighter is one of the priority programs of Rostec's United Aircraft Corporation. Serial production of the Su-35/35C is being carried out at the Komsomolsk-on-Amur Gagarin Aviation Plant. Today, the aircraft is supplied both for the needs of the Russian Ministry of Defense and foreign customers. The Su-35S have excelled in the Syrian conflict, performed tasks in the air defense forces, and recently accompanied the Russian president's #1 flight to the UAE and Saudi Arabia.